exciting action-packed episode. We will be starting off with the Game Week 7 team reviews, also featuring FPL Razmatazz, our 8-year-old apprentice. This will be followed by a new feature, which is our Top Players Challenge. Thereafter, we will be looking at our Players Watch List. And to wrap it up, we've got our main feature, which is the Game Week 8 transfers and teams. However, before we kick off, please remember to hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button. We will really appreciate it. We've got some big plans for this channel going forward. Also feel free to follow us on X at FPL_A+, and join our FPL mini league. The code is included above on screen as well as in the description below. Next follows our FPL trivia question. The FPL trivia question for today is: which player has been involved with the most FPL assists until game week 7? We have three options. Option A, Ollie Watkins. Option B, Kieran Trippier. And option C, Julian Alvarez. Do you know the answer to this question? Please stay tuned. The answer will be revealed at the end of this video. Next follows the Game Week 7 team reviews. Game Week 7 was another low-scoring, disappointing game week as our team only managed 44 points compared to the average of 48 points. Many top FPL managers also struggled as a lot of premium players did not actually perform and score any significant FPL points. Our three main stars were Bukayo Saka with 9 points that could have been much more had he taken the other two penalties that Arsenal received, and Carlton Morris with a double game week that scored a reasonable 10 points, followed by Julian Alvarez with 8 points. Ariola also managed 6 points. That is quite a neat score for a goalkeeper. Our rank has unfortunately dropped to currently around 4.7 million. However, it is still early days. We still have 31 game weeks or 81% of the FPL season remaining. So we are still confident that we can strategize in the upcoming game weeks how to climb the ranks and smash those green arrows. So if you've had a bad game week, do not lose hope. Keep on following us and you will see how you can climb the ranks and take the opportunities as they present themselves. Next, we've got the Game Week 7 team review for FPL Razmatazz. So let's welcome FPL Razmatazz back again. Welcome FPL Razmatazz. How did your Game Week 7 go?
I got 54 points, with the average being 48 points. I got 6 points more than the average. I got a slight green arrow from 1.5 million to 1.3 million. My star is Kieran Trippier, who managed a whopping 12 points. My three double game week players contributed 17 points, which means that was a great choice.
That's fabulous. If FPL Razmatazz to actually score 54 points, which is above the average of 48. Any score over 48 is an excellent score in this game week, as it was a very low scoring game week. And Kieran Trippier, yes, he has been bang on form. The previous week he scored I think 18 points. You also had him in your team, and now again 12 points. So well done with that selection. I see you at Estupinian on the bench, and many FPL managers were unfortunate to get him on auto sub. However, he stayed on your bench, so that was quite good for you. You did get Ruben Diaz's -1. That was quite unfortunate, but that didn't really harm your performance. So overall, well done for a great Game Week 7. And I believe you've also got a bit of a challenge that you are challenging someone in the FPL community. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about that?
My goal in FPL is not only to beat my dad, but to beat the legendary Let's Talk FPL Andy. I'm currently 2 points behind him. Andy, I love your videos, but watch out, I'm coming for you.
Oh, excellent. That sounds like quite a bit of a challenge there, Andy. Let's Talk FPL. So if you ever get word on this, then remember FPL Razmatazz, he's hoping to beat you this season and he's climbing up. So that's quite an ambitious goal for the season, and hope you achieve it, FPL Razmatazz. Next, we've got the FPLA Super League standings. In first place, holding on to the top spot with a comfortable lead is Dean Cottle. Well done, FPL Cotty, for holding on to the top spot. In second place, we have got Brooklyn Benjamin. In third place, we have got Farid Mustafa. And then fourth place goes to Marius Sanmo. In joint fifth, we've got three people. We have got Madhu Bucci Nathaniel, together with Rob O'Gara and Christian Soups in fifth place. In eighth place, we have got Pace Setter. In ninth place, we have got John Paul J, which is jointly shared as well with Alex Anderson and Kop Ramadani, as well as Robert Ark. Well done to everybody that's made it into the FPLA Super League top 10. For those that are not yet in the top 10 but that are close by, keep on chipping away and your time will come soon. These are the fixtures to target from Game Week 8 to Game Week 11. The main fixtures that you would be looking at are those that are noted with the yellow blocks, and those would include Aston Villa, who have got incredible fixtures starting off with Wolves, West Ham, Luton and Nottingham Forest. Then we have got initially a mixed bag for Brighton, but followed in Game Week 10 and 11 with Fulham and Everton. Liverpool have got some great fixtures, with Brighton away also not being probably a bad opportunity for some of the attackers of Liverpool. And this is followed by Everton home, Nottingham Forest home, and then Luton Town away. Those are incredible streak of fixtures, so you would probably be wanting to eye the Liverpool attackers. And then Newcastle have also got some great fixtures. They have started off the Champions League on a great note, and they will be pumped up against West Ham away, which could be a tight contest. But if they are able to challenge PSG in the Champions League, then you could expect them to fare well against West Ham as well. This is followed by Crystal Palace and Wolves. And then we have got Tottenham Hotspur, who've also got an incredible next three fixtures that includes Luton Town away, Fulham home and Crystal Palace away. So if you are planning your wildcard or planning your transfers, keep in mind these are the teams and fixtures that you would want to target. Next, we've got an exciting new feature on our episode that will be a top player challenge, and this top player challenge will basically entail a challenge between myself and FPL Razmatazz, and each of us will be picking one player in each position, and dependent on their score, whoever wins that position will be receiving 3 points. If the scores are tied in that position, they will be receiving 1 point. And in the following game week, we will be assessing the scores and seeing who comes up on top and who is going to win the FPL Game Week 8 Top Player Challenge. Is it FPLA Plus, or is it our 8-year-old star apprentice FPL Razmatazz? In order to play the Top Player Challenge, we firstly need to decide which of the two challenges we'll be picking first. And to help us decide, we will be spinning a wheel. It will be the best of 3 spins. So FPL Razmatazz, do you mind spinning the wheel first?
Sure, I'll give it a spin.
And the wheel lands on FPL Razmatazz. So FPL Razmatazz has won the first spin. I will be doing the second spin. So let me give it a good old spin. Here we go. And it lands on FPLA Plus. So the scores are tied. So it's 1 spin, 1 each. And the final deciding spin, FPL Razmatazz, can you give it the final spin?
Okay, let's see.
And the wheel lands on FPL Razmatazz. Well done, FPL Razmatazz. So FPL Razmatazz has won the Spin a Wheel Challenge, the best of 3. So he will be picking the Top Player Challenge first. Okay, so let's have a look at the Game Week 8 Top Player Challenge picks. Starting off with the goalkeepers. FPL Razmatazz, who have you chosen for Game Week 8 as your goalkeeper?
I have chosen the highest scoring goalkeeper so far, Leno from Fulham.
Oh, great. That seems to be a great option. He seems to really be on form. I have decided to go for Aston Villa's World Cup winning goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, and that's mainly because of his fixture. Let's look at the defender picks. Who have you decided to go for, FPL Razmatazz?
I have got Mackie Cash because I think he is the most exciting defender.
Ah, definitely so. I would agree. I've decided to also go for another attacking, exciting defender, and my one that I've gone for is Pedro Porro from Tottenham Hotspur. Looking at midfielders, who have you gone for, FPL Razmatazz?
I've gone for Son because he has been shining in the Premier League again.
Definitely so. He has definitely been shining, and he's also got a great fixture. I have decided to go for the midfielder Mo Salah, the legend, the FPL mastermind of many top scores, as I think that he could do well against Brighton in Game Week 8. Looking at forwards, who have you gone for, FPL Razmatazz?
I've gone for Rasmus Højlund because I think Manchester United and Rasmus Højlund have a lot.
Yes, I definitely think so. Manchester United fans are not in the best space currently. They've had many disappointing performances, one of their worst season starts in many years. And I agree with you. If there is somebody that can definitely get them back into some great performances, Rasmus Højlund is a very exciting talent. On the forwards that I've chosen, I've decided to go for Ollie Watkins, fresh from his hat-trick in the last game week. And he's also got a great fixture against Wolves, and I feel that he could do excellently well in that fixture. Next, we've got key players to target. So many of these players would have featured in the previous Game Week 8 Top Player Challenge. So just a couple of changes in here. So let's see, who do we have? First, we've got Heung-min Son at 9.3 million, has got Luton next, followed by Fulham and Crystal Palace. Need I say any more? Similarly with Ollie Watkins at 8 million, a bargain buy forward. He's got Wolves next, followed by West Ham and Luton. And then we have got one of the most exciting defenders around, Kieran Trippier at 6.8 million. He's probably got a slightly tough fixture next against West Ham, and then that's followed by reasonably easy fixtures on paper at least against Crystal Palace and Wolves, and he costs you 6.8 million. And then we've got one of the most exciting talents to join the Premier League this season, and hopefully he is available to start in Game Week 8, and that is Moussa Diaby at only 6.7 million. That could be a bargain. He's got electric pace, and he's playing for Unai Emery team that is looking very sharp this season. He's got Wolves next, followed by West Ham, and thereafter Luton. And then we've got James Maddison, one of the best buys by a Premier League team this season. He's going to cost you 7.9 million, and he's facing Luton next, followed by Fulham and Crystal Palace. This is our current Game Week 8 transfer plan, and the plan is as follows. Out goes Marcus Rashford, who has struggled with his form and confidence, even though he's got a reasonable fixture next against Brentford and a great fixture thereafter against Sheffield United. We have decided to go for the upside in Heung-min Son, who looks back to his blistering best as the talisman for Tottenham Hotspur, who are playing very attacking, attractive football this season. And they are playing Luton Town next, and we could absolutely not ignore that fixture. This is also followed by Fulham and Crystal Palace, and Heung-min Son could score plenty in these next three fixtures. The other player that we are shipping out is Perverse Eustepinian, and that was because he seemed to have struggled in the last two games. He's only had one game, Game Week 2, where he hauled, and also because he's to face Liverpool next. However, this is now freshly released news that Perverse Ustepinian has injured himself and he's likely to miss some game weeks. So we have already made these two transfers. So Perverse Ustepinian is to go out, and Kieran Trippier, who has been the most consistent FPL attacking defender the last 2-3 game weeks, and he's the one that comes in. This is for a -4, and this still allows us 0.3 million in the bank. Next is our Game Week 8 transfer plan for FPL Razmatazz. FPL Razmatazz, do you mind explaining what your Game Week 8 transfer plan is?
I'm transferring out Marcus Rashford for Heung-min Son because Marcus Rashford hasn't been on the best form and Heung-min Son has been shining. His fixtures are amazing against Luton, Fulham and Crystal Palace. I'm transferring out Julian Alvarez to Ollie Watkins because Julian Alvarez hasn't got the best fixtures going forward and Ollie Watkins has been doing good.
Oh, that sounds like a brilliant use of a -4. If ever I've got to say a -4 is really worth it, then this is definitely the case. I really like this transfer. You are setting yourself up not only for the next game week but the next 3 game weeks. So that's a very clever tactic and move there by your FPL Razmatazz. This is how our Game Week 8 team is currently expected to line up. In goal, we've got Areola from West Ham, Anderson from Crystal Palace, Kieran Trippier from Newcastle, and Udogie from Tottenham Hotspur. Our midfield comprises Heung-min Son from Tottenham Hotspur, Raheem Sterling from Chelsea, Brian Mbeumo from Brentford, Bukayo Saka from Arsenal, and James Maddison from Tottenham Hotspur. Our 2 forwards are the 2 Manchester City boys, Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez. On the bench, we've got Edison from Manchester City, Carlton Morris from Luton Town, Botman from Newcastle, who's currently injured, and Pinnock from Brentford. The team value of this team is currently 101.7 million with 0.3 million in the bank. Our captaincy armband is currently on Heung-min Son with the vice captaincy on Erling Haaland. We could possibly still change the captaincy to Erling Haaland as fixtures are not often what matters to Erling Haaland, as he's known to score against the top guns as well. However, we are leaning towards taking advantage of the fixture that Tottenham Hotspur have against Luton, where we think that Heung-min Son could thrive. Alternative captaincy options that you could look at also includes James Maddison, as he is possibly expected to get some more minutes than Heung-min Son, who has been carrying a niggle. And then besides Erling Haaland, Julian Alvarez could also do quite well. And if you're looking for a punt, you could possibly go for one of the Newcastle guys, Kieran Trippier, who's been very consistent the last 3 game weeks, could be worth a shout, as well as whoever starts up front, Caleb Wilson, who most likely could be starting, could be also a good punty option. One of the positions that we could possibly change in the team is in goal, where we could swap Areola to Edison, as Edison could potentially have slightly better clean sheet odds. However, Areola has had a great season so far, and he's likely to have more save points than Edison. This is still quite a tight decision, so it could become one of those last minute decisions closer to deadline. FPL Razmatazz, do you mind telling us a little bit more about your Game Week 18?
In goal, we have Flicken from Brentford. In defense, we have Ruben Diaz from Manchester City, Kabore from Luton Town, and Trippier from Newcastle. In midfield, I have Son from Tottenham Hotspur, Kaoru Matoma from Brighton, Mbeumo from Brentford, Saka from Arsenal. In attack, we have Erling Haaland from Manchester City, Morris from Luton Town, Alvarez from Manchester City.
That seems quite an excellent team there. And who is your captaincy armband on?
My captaincy armband is on Jung-Min Son and vice captain on Erling Haaland.
Okay, that seems to be a very good team that you've got lined up there. And it looks like one position that you could possibly swap is, I see, you could put Colton Morris on the bench and potentially bring in Casemiro. What's your thoughts on that? Who are you likely to start?
I think I'm likely to start Morris.
Okay, yeah, I think that's right. He'll probably have more opportunities than Casemiro, but Casemiro is a very able footballer and I think a great player to have on the bench if any of your players gets injured. So that seems to be quite a great team that you've got there. Next, we've got the answer to the FPL trivia question that we asked earlier. The question was, which player has been involved with the most FPL assists until game week 7? We had three options. Option A, Ollie Watkins. Option B, Kieran Trippier. Option C, Julian Alvarez. Do you know the answer to this question? The answer to this FPL trivia question is Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins has got a total of 6 assists until game week 7. This is followed by Julian Alvarez with 5 and Kieran Trippier with 4. That's it for this game week video. We hope you found it quite useful. All the best for game week 8. Remember to keep an eye out for team news and developments as well as press conferences, as there seem to be lots of injuries and niggles going around. Otherwise, all the best for game week 8 and we wish you big green arrows. Until next time, cheerio.